Kerrynne, I'd love our viewers to have more time to get to know you, but you grew up in an Indigenous family in Alice Springs. You're of that area, of the Indigenous people, the Arunta people of that area. Yet your family, yourself and your siblings have all been remarkably successful in that environment. So you must have seen so much trauma, yet your family's been able to be successful regardless of what was around you. Tell us in a nutshell, I know it's a huge question, but what are the key factors?
There is an incredible community in Central Australia. Whether it's Aboriginal family, whether it's the township itself, there is incredible pride in that community. And my parents were not going to raise their children anywhere else. There are some real strengths about growing up in a regional centre, and regional people know what they are. I wouldn't have grown up any other way, but I can tell you it was devastating to hear from people that I sat beside in year one at school, right? They're still in Alice Springs now living, who said to me, I can't live here anymore. I have to go, and I do not want my grandchildren growing up in this town. But at the same time, you have to recognise that people who are stuck there, Aboriginal people who are stuck in a vortex of violence and destruction, also don't want to live like that. And they need some really serious support to help them to recover from what has been the trauma of the last 7 months. I heard the Prime Minister, I think it was last week, announcing that he was very happy that graduate teaching students would be offered HECS debt reduction to encourage them to go out and work in Indigenous communities, in remote communities. Well, I say, what is he going to be doing about helping those teachers that are going back next week when there's all of these children from Alice Springs who've been wandering around for quite some time now, getting themselves into trouble, who've been traumatised by a whole lot of things, who knows? I wouldn't want to try and make it up. What sort of supports are going in immediately to support those teachers to actually have those children back in the classroom? This is a really complex issue. It doesn't require talking to public servants. It actually requires talking to the very people that stitch these people up, that look after these people, that understand the communities in which they live and have been working for decades, like the Central Australian Aboriginal Congress in Alice Springs, who were asking for these restrictions, who are devastated by what's happened, and they are still not being listened to because they have still been saying, back as early as December, they want the restrictions reinstated as they were, because the impact on Close the Gap is going to be devastating.
Kerrynne, thanks so much for sharing your perspective. We'll catch up again soon.
Thank you.